First of all, let me get y'all centered. And then we'll see if I open a window. Does that help? Just trying to keep it a little dark because I was loving the vibes, but it's a little bit too dark. Did that help? I don't know if that helped or hindered us. Okay, it might have helped out a little bit. Would probably help out even more if I moved over here. Okay, so today, I'll talk to y'all while I am situating this camera. Today we are talking decentering men. I heard this concept and I'm just like, what is that about? I want to understand it. I'm not so much like, oh my God, the patriarchy. You know what I mean? Like that's not the angle I'm going to come from. I'm more gonna come from an angle of just wanting to. Sorry guys, child just threw this wig on. Woo! I got my Taco Bell. Got it already on my plate. I had to warm it up because I just got back with it and it was cold. But okay, so we got some notes here. We're gonna break this down as a how can we break it down so that it's like a smooth thing. So we're gonna do how, what, when, where, and why. That's how we're gonna talk about this today. So I'm gonna do a little quick, because I feel like most people who follow me already know this, but the reason I'm not gonna be 100% into the whole decentering men thing is because, I mean, they're awesome to me. That's how I make my money. They're always cool with me. So now, don't get me wrong. We got some, we got some wild ones in there. We definitely got some wild ones in there. But for the most part, I don't feel. I'm sorry, this is spicy. I haven't even put the sauce on the taco yet. But I don't really have much of a reason to decenter them completely. Now, I feel like I heard this topic because, like, it's so hot. It's a spicy potato taco, and I put fire sauce on it. And I didn't bring nothing up here to drink. But, I made a decision like a month ago. I was kind of going to chill on dating for the rest of the year just so I could get my goals done. Because I do so much stuff that, like, trying to throw an extra person in there and then meet their needs and all of that, like, I can't do all the stuff I do and do all of that. So I feel like once I made that decision in my mind, y'all know how, the technology be watching us and whatnot, or paying attention to what we type or something along those lines. So then I just started getting all this content on like male psychology and just like a lot of just stuff on men. Like stuff to deter you from, I guess, interacting with them. Very interesting. But it's not that I won't interact with men. When men talk to me outside, I still talk to them. I still, say hi. They strike up conversations. I still talk. I don't know. Well, yeah, decentering them is a no. But maybe I'm not looking at it correctly. And that's why I wanted to have a very open conversation about this today. So the first thing we're going to look up is kind of like the definition of what decentering men means. Because we don't really know where any of this is coming from until You look up the definition. Okay. Give me a little napkin here. Here you go. Okay, so it says, and I'm going to read the second one right there. Okay. Hola, hola. How are you doing? What time is it? Oh, I haven't seen you in a super long time. Woo. How are you doing, honey? How are you doing? Oh, I got hangnail. Ah. Okay. Oh, it's good to see you too. Okay, so Mark, we are talking about decentering men. And it's very interesting because it's like, what? So let's read the definition. It says, not prioritizing the opinions of men above your own and making decisions based on what you truly like instead of what you think men will enjoy. Okay, so where I feel like that comes into play for me is I feel like, I don't know, I almost need like a woman here to bounce this off of who's like, yeah. I'm never talking to the mechanic. I'm not doing anything for them. But the only way I see it like come into my day-to-day life is when I like get dressed. Hold on, y'all. This is funny because my crunch wrap doesn't have the crunch. Like, where's the... I can't feel like the tostada thing in here. But it is what it is. But no, so it's really only becomes something to me when I get dressed and I have to ask myself, because if you ever see me, I wear most of my clothes like super tight. And recently, wearing my clothes so tight has like been making my side hurt. But I'm kind of addicted to the tight clothes. Not to ask myself like, are you wearing this stuff because you like it or because you think you're more attractive in it? And I'm like, And it's like, oh, well, who are you trying to be attractive for? And then I'm like, well, that would obviously be men because I am very heterosexual. And it's funny because when I first heard the term decentering men, I was thinking about it. I'm like, can you even really decenter men if you're heterosexual? Like, can you? I don't think you can. I don't think you honestly can see it all the way through if you're heterosexual. Like, I'm trying to make sense of it. Well, where's the crunch? I don't know. I don't think you really can. But oh yeah, we're supposed to be following on how, what, when, where, and why. We're supposed to be following that. Let me stay on topic. So, how did this become a thing? I think it became a thing because, well, let's see, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to get my messages to stay on the screen. So my thing is, I think it means like you just don't make decisions based off of men. I don't know. We're all learning together today, guys. We're all learning together. Because I honestly don't. It's not something I would subscribe to, so I'm not, I don't know. This is like a first conversation type thing. But how? I think it was definitely social media driven. Because people get on there, women get on there, women who have either been married or been in relationships or just dated men a lot, they get on there and all collectively talk about their experiences with it. And like we all know, we may not want to admit, but we all know that most of those situations have been bad situations. So I think we're seeing as women, we're seeing so many women get on there and say it, that it's really just deterring. If I have to be honest, from a girl, like social media really deters you from wanting to be in a relationship at all. I don't know what it's like on the men's side. We could compare algorithms, but social media, like mostly TikTok, really puts you in like a single childless frame of mind. You know? You can clearly make your own decisions. But I think that's how it came about. Now, I see that the girl who got hit with the brick, I see that that is starting to come to light as a hoax. But I have a lot of family members. I'm just going to be honest here. I have a lot of family members that will beat women, that I have seen beat women. All right, you're going to stay on the screen. I'm going to find a way for men to at least meet social media. See? And I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the thing is with it. I was really sitting down thinking like just how the world works and just how they have to, like the powers that be or the people who are in charge or whatever. It's a certain way, and this could just be me talking, so take it with a grain of salt. But there's a certain way things need to move. And I think sometimes we hear something and we're like, but I don't want to do that. So you try to like fight past it. Like in 2020, there was a bunch of like homosexual, I hate that I keep saying like, but there's a bunch of like homosexual stuff out, right? And everybody's just trying to fight. It's like, why is there rainbows everywhere? And why is there this? And why is there that? And I'm just starting to feel like it's when you don't know how to word something. But I feel like I'm heterosexual, right? But I feel like if we were into the same gender that we are, we would almost have an easier time. But don't attack me. But I know that that's just not realistic for a lot of people. But I can almost see why it's being pushed at this point. And I was listening to somebody like list off all the reasons. And I think there's a lot of benefit in it for both people at this stage and how the world works. But we also have to remember that social media life and your real everyday life outside is two different things. But I pay a lot of attention. So this is why I'm like, this is interesting to me because there's a lot of like twists and turns to it. So I'm outside a lot. I like to walk. I like to go places a lot, like every day. I don't have like a physical in-person job, so I can just go places during the day all the time. And I'm seeing a lot of men just wandering around everywhere. Like I could catch, it don't matter. Like I could catch 3-4 buses and it's just men everywhere walking around. So I feel like social media has played a part in, and like these men don't look homeless. Like they're dressed nice, or like decent. They're, I almost feel like there's, how around now, like August, September, there's like a cuffing season, and it's like these dudes that have kind of just been like bumming it all year, or going like couch to couch type stuff. Like they were able to do that in the summer, and then like around August, September, Like everybody's looking for like this relationship. And I just feel like they're looking, but I feel like it's harder this year because social media definitely reshapes the way that you think. In a way, we have to remember back to the beginning of 2020. And I don't know how much I can say. They might put like restrictions or something on the video, but before the like sickness stuff happened in the beginning of 2020, it was on social media. Social media pushed it into reality. So we have to remember that stuff like this can definitely be pushed into reality. And then, I mean, you have to use your own brain and know if it's something you would want to do. And this is why it was getting to me so much, because I'm like, I can see where it's beneficial, because I have made up my mind that I do not want to live with another male. So I can, you know what I'm saying? I can kind of see where it's starting to like trickle in. Well, I'm telling y'all. And we'll clearly have to have more conversations on this, because I don't know everything about it. More stuff will come out about it, I'm sure, as time goes, because this is like the track that things are on. It's just the track that things are on. I remember people saying like we were in a quickening time frame. That things are just happening at a more accelerated rate. And I'm like, that makes sense, because that makes sense. Hold on. But that does. It makes a lot of sense, because I was thinking, I'm like, you've got people talking about decentering men who are like in their 20s. And I think I'm getting like decentering them and not talking to them at all, like mixed up. You can decenter men and still have active relationships with them. But it's interesting. And you probably won't see a lot of women who have decentered males in relationships, because a lot of the times when you're in relationships with men, they like for your world to kind of revolve around theirs. So I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I'm just saying you have to be with one heck of a man in order for it to work. Because he's going to have to like not be needy. He's going to have to let you be you. And I'm just saying. Hope I can accomplish that. Oh gosh, I was so hungry. Ooh. Okay. Oh wait, maybe I just got soft. I see the little tostada part in there. Maybe it's soft for some reason. You know what I want to talk about with this? Who would this be beneficial to? Let's talk about the pros and cons based off of gender. Well, I'm a girl. So, the pros when you decenter men are definitely getting to express your individuality. It's true. Like, because I don't live with a, like, when I lived, the last man I lived with was my kid's dad. He literally made everything in the house black. Everything was black. It still irritates me that everything was black. And that was like 6 years ago. But everything was black. Now that I live by myself, there's color everywhere. There's lights, there's leaves, there's this thingy that got like flowers on it, it's a tree. There's hearts over there, there's like a million purses right there, there's wigs right here. There's a floor mirror, like a long mirror. I have a pink shag carpet in here, like it's loud. And I like it that way. So not centering men has allowed me to be a lot more unique also in my everyday style. So I don't, and I'm having to learn, like relearn what my actual style is. So now I don't wear stuff that's always form fitting. I don't, like I wear like this cherry thing in the house. Like I'm chilling. I have on like purple hair. Like everything isn't designed to turn you on. And I feel like that is a huge pro for women. Like one of the things I love the most is just being like ugly in the house. And I can do that because there is no man here for me to keep turned on. I can look crazy in the house every day. It's perfectly fine. Just saying. Also, a huge pro that I don't even know if a lot of women see coming. And if they do, it's probably going to make a lot of them hop on this bandwagon. You're going to make more money. Mic drop. When you're not always concerned about what a male thinking got going on, any man, you're about to make more money. I guarantee it. It doesn't matter. I know, I was shocked to find that out too. You're about to make some bank. I didn't realize that I did this, but I've already been doing this for years. You can put more of your mental power into money when you, because they take up, men take up a lot of mental capacity. I know. I heard a pro. I don't know how smart it was to do this while eating all these breaks, but I was thinking about this the other day. So all of these little things led me to like this conclusion, right? So it was this guy, and he was talking about how men sometimes are fake protectors, like they be fake protecting you. I was like, oh God, oh Lord. But then I thought about something, and I was like, oh wait, and then there was this other woman that was saying that men aren't natural protectors. And then that was correlated by the next thought that I had, or that was, right before. I was like, when you're a girl and you go out with your girls and y'all about to have, have a little night on the town, get y'all drinks, go out for brunch. I think there's a reason you tend to dress more revealing Oh, excuse me. I think there's a reason that you tend to dress more revealing when it comes to hanging out with a group of women. And I think it's because you feel safer with the group of women. I think we do. As women, you just feel safer around a group of women. When I'm around a group of men, I cannot say that I feel safe. I can't say that. Now, there's like particular men. Like if I'm with my uncle, I feel safe. But it's this one specific uncle, and I got 3 uncles. But around this one, I feel safe with him. Around my big brother, for the most part, I feel safe. But if I'm around a random group of dudes outside, I'm not gonna like feel super safe. Or if I'm like with the last person that I was dating, he ain't got nothing on me being like with my sisters and my mom. I feel a lot safer with them. I do it a lot of men, so you're probably safer, which is a huge pro. Let's try to bring up some cons, because the pros eating me up right now. But let's talk about a con to decentering men for a woman. Well, I guess this all depends on what word am I trying to use? This all depends on perspective, because you'd have to first figure out what you want to decide if this is a con or not. So first you have people that do like to be in relationships and people that don't mind being single. I am a loner. I do not mind being single. So not being in a relationship does not hold as much weight to me as it might somebody who really, really wants that. So that could be a pro or a con. Oh, well, clearly you'll have to either do or pay for all the things that a man would normally do. So yeah, once I left my ex and he would always bring my groceries to my door, I definitely signed up for grocery delivery. And it's like $12-15 a month, and they just bring it to my door. So I get the same service, but I'm definitely paying for it. So if you can pay for it, it's not an issue, but you'll definitely have to pay for those conveniences, or you'll have to do them yourself. So that is something I could say that's a pretty solid con. That's a pretty solid con. What else? That's a con. Well, if you're outward about it, men are going to be pretty angry with you, and you might actually be putting yourself in danger. So be careful for that. I'm not sure if that was just something I wanted to let y'all know, or what exactly, but just be careful for that. Right, it really, I don't know, to be honest, it really just depends on what your frame of mind is and what you actually want, which you should think about. You should think about the things you want as a person. You should know what that is. Like I said, I'm not against men. I'm focused at the moment. So that's just the perspective I'm coming from. But if you're like, nah, I can't do it, forget them. I can't do it. I'm not here to judge. Just, know what you're getting yourself into. You can always censor them again if you want. You can never censor them again if you want. It's up to you. You do you. You do you. I would definitely say that, oh yeah, I was talking about us being in like the quickening thing. things are definitely moving at a much more rapid pace. And it really staggers me because I'm like, you have my granny who is like 73, who probably hasn't dated in like the last 10, 15 years, and she just doesn't care to. And I'm like, you have women who are in their early 20s who also don't care to. And I'm just like, you moved up about a smooth like 60, 50, 60 years. Something these women weren't supposed to feel like they should do for another 50 to 60 years. Or at least 40 to 50. Like, you know how wild that is to have women who were born in the 2000s talk about they just flat out do not want to date. Like, you have people that are virgins that are like, I can stay this way, I'm perfectly fine. That's, when you just think about the quickness of it all, like, that's wild. Like, that's fast. That's why I'm like, the whole decentering men thing, we will definitely talk about it more down the line because, oh, it's coming. It's coming to be a very large topic. It's coming, and we're going to dive into it some more. I'm looking to see if I can find some books on it. Like, I really want to really understand it. We're going to have to get to the bottom of it. Now, we're going to talk pros and cons of this for men. And y'all can help me out with this if you are a man, because clearly I'm not one, but I really want to understand it. So let's of course start with the cons. Let's start with the cons. We'll flip it. What are the cons for men when women decenter men? What are the cons for men when women decenter men? There will definitely be a huge lack in you getting your intimacy fulfilled. I did not bring this up for women for a lot of reasons, or for a very, listen. Um, Intercourse for women is just not at the top of our priority, honestly. And if I could be even more honest, getting really good intimacy as a woman is going to come from a guy that you don't necessarily want to be, or you just already know you really shouldn't be being intimate with. It's going to be, listen, all I'm going to say is it's not a womanly problem. This is a male problem. Clearly, there will always be women that are willing to give it up, and you should go get what you want. I'm a huge fan of you going to get what you want, but you will definitely see women, if it hasn't already started, where they just have like really high standards. Because a lot of these women aren't saying, I'm going to decenter men because I'm just never going to talk to them again. What they're saying is they're going to decenter men until like this unicorn of a man comes around, this awesome man that I feel like, you know what, he deserves me, I'm going to him. So you're gonna see women have like these really high standards, and you're gonna see them just not giving up the cookie like they used to. They're just not going to. But it won't be all of them. It won't be all of them. Like, as with everything, nothing can really be 100%. So just saying that need is gonna have an interesting time getting met. I think that's a pretty big con for the guys. I won't lie. I think that's a pretty big one. What is another con? So do you remember how I was saying that as a woman you'll have to pay for the things that men used to do for you? Like maybe take out your trash, or you have to do it yourself, or just pay or have to do the things men will have to do for you. Men will have to do the same. So if you usually would have a woman to do your laundry and clean your house and go grocery shopping for you and cook for you, you will have to do it yourself or you have to pay somebody else for it. This is the direction we're moving in, and it just is what it is. I genuinely believe. Sorry, guys. Next time I know I need to come here with something to drink again and some floss. But yeah, I would definitely say with the world moving in these times where people are going to have to make these types of decisions and people's minds are just changing every day, I would suggest that people really get on their money grind. Get on it, because as things start to cost more, a really big thing with stuff costing more now is that people just want better and they want to be able to outsource more things so that they can get more done. So that you can afford these things. Get on your money. Get on your money. I believe that's the time that most people are supposed to be in right now. Getting on your money so that you can still live a life that you like, whether you're single or not, whether you're in a relationship or not, or whatever. Make sure that you can still have what you want and get the things out of life that are awesome to you. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be a con. I think a con that we're both going to miss out on is a lot of just physical touch, not even, taking it all the way there, but a lot of general intimacy. Like, people are going to lack that a lot. So I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting jobs in the future where people are like, how you have like professional cuddlers. He's gonna be like professional, like, I don't even know, like just people who show you general affection, because it's gonna be scarce. I think. I don't know. It's just so much to think about. It's very interesting. The pros for guys. The pros for guys, if women decenter men. Pros. It's so much different because the mind of men works so much differently. So we're talking about a whole different scenario here. Pros. If women stop decentering men. I think this is another perspective thing. Because if you want somebody who is very authentically themselves and you want to love them with them just being them, you won't have too much of a problem actually getting a woman in these times. If you have no desire to control her, you want to let her be her, and y'all just enjoy each other and spend your lives together, you will be fine. Honestly, that type of man would be more than okay in these times. You have no problem. A matter of fact, if I was a guy, I would go for the woman that looks the most comfortable in her own skin. I don't care if she had on like crocodile shoes and a clown suit. I really would not care. As long as she's being herself and she's happy with it, that's the person I will want. That's the person I will want. Because a lot of the things that, like when people say the patriarchy, or a lot of the masculine ways, like hyper masculine, like super masculine ways, are not going to be accepted by the women that are coming up right now. They're not. We're definitely leaning towards men that are gentle. And somebody said that a lot of it is women looking for other women. And I was like, but I'm telling y'all, because I can see it in the commercials that I watch, and I can see it. Women, and I can feel it. I mean, let's be honest. Women are definitely looking for men that are more gentle and more comfortable in themselves and not controlling and easy to be around, aren't trying to cause drama in your life, aren't trying to have you around them 24/7. Like, we're definitely getting into being more free spirited. And we need to match that with somebody who is also a free spirit. And just cool, calm, and collected. So I think it's very important that anybody who desires to date kind of just understand that. Now, if that's out of your realm as a man, to be able to do that, then it's out of your realm. And I mean, what can we do about it? You gotta sit down in a quiet room and really figure out what you want. And then go for the person who is already, from day one, very capable of giving you that and very willing, very ready, very happy to provide you with that. Give me a second, guys. We are on Twitter because what I want to see is if anyone has brought this up. I want to get some ideas off of people. So I just looked up Decentering Men. We're going to see what comes up when I put that in. Oh. Not that one. Because we got a lot of random cursing in that one. I wish I could show you all these. But yeah, that one, somebody's cursing her out right there. So we won't do that one. We won't do that one. Let me see. It's weird people find divestment just being white. Okay. When the whole purpose is decentering men, all of them. They must prove themselves worthy, but y'all bringing up white man shows y'all insecurities bad. So I just want to say to that post, and that is hers right there. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but that's hers right there. I just didn't read the last word because it has vulgar things in it. Let me make sure my camera is wiped off. But yeah, what I say to that, she's saying that people are pedestalizing a certain gender of men, when in reality she's saying that it's all men. My thing would be, nothing's 100%, but probably the overwhelming majority is probably somewhere around 90 something that kind of be the same. Just like with women, I think if we were honest, a large majority of them are the same. If you have any qualms about men, I'm going to let you know right now that it's probably a lot of them, and I'm saying probably, but I shouldn't. It's going to be a lot of them. You don't have to dignify it by race. It's a lot of them do the same thing. Like, you don't have to feel like, a white guy is better, or an Indian guy is better, or an Asian guy is better. Nope. It's pretty much the same. Like, a lot of ways that women think, it's the same for white women, it's the same for black women. Some stuff just kind of is the same. And since all men want some cookie, they're going to do a lot of the same things to get it. They're just all going to do whatever works. Yep, because it's easier to just go with what works than try to come up with something based off of blah, blah, blah. Look, they going to do what works. They all going to do what works. Okay? So you ain't got to, trust me, you don't have to feel like it's one race over the other. Let's see what else we got from, I'm not sure how to read that person's name. This girl said that her best friend cheated on her best friend of 3 years, and she stopped being her friend. All right, guys, we're gonna elevate a little bit because it sounded like a lot of high school here. How did I get on the side of YouTube decentering men? I said, how did I even get here? I know, right? Sometimes, but I'm telling you, you looked up something, you did something, you said something, and they said, they might also like this. I'm telling you, the AI is listening to you, and they're trying to give you an algorithm based off of what you already are into. Makes you more likely to buy things, makes you more likely to watch certain ads, makes them more money. Okay, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't see how decentering men is radical at all. I have never in my 26 years, and I will continue to have zero in my life unless it's absolutely necessary. Okay, I have never in my 26 years, and I will continue to have zero in my life unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm gonna assume that she just means men in general. And when she says in her life, I would like to know what that means exactly. And this is why I'm like, I don't know how the decentering men thing works. That's why this is such an open conversation right now, because I'm like, okay, so how does this work? I'm like, even when the holidays are going, right? And we'll all go to like my granny house or, whatever. And we're all meeting there, the whole family. There's obviously men in that family. So I make it, I make it like a mental note to dress a certain way so that all my curves are not on display at this family function. Is that centering men or is that decentering men? Even though these are not romantic relationships, these are people I'm related to. Am I getting with the decentering men program or am I not? That's my overall question for that part. I don't know. I'm very pleasant by nature. So there's going to be men of some sort in my life because if you talk to me, I'll probably give, a little convo bag. You know what I mean? We keep it cordial. But I don't know. Are they saying like they will talk to these guys, but they won't date them? I really want to bounce some ideas off of somebody because I'm really curious. Very curious. The fact that decentering men means to you that she doesn't deserve unified protection says that y'all absolutely understand what she says in this video. If you don't possess her or have the ability to possess her, then she's not worth it. These dudes didn't even know about the vid, by the way. Okay. Hold on, I gotta watch the video to understand everything.
Happy Pride.
So this is the girl that got hit with the brick.
Is kissing another black woman because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities with our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies. We're the ones. And the two. Bitch, not even the three. Because men are not providers and protectors, not innately, because they only protect what they possess. But we protect everybody and we provide, baby, okay? So I hope you catch a girl tonight, because I hope I do. Ew. And don't forget, before there was feminism, it was lesbians who were living those lives without worried about niggas. Like, they were not worried about niggas. They were decentering men. So before there was feminism, there were lesbians. Hey, excuse me, thank you. Happy Pride.
Okay, so I don't believe that a lot of the things that she said are wrong. I'm not going to sit here and act like I believe that she just got up here and lied a whole bunch because she didn't. But whenever there's a buzz term like decentering men in such a public view of somebody, I know that somebody's playing games with us. This is what I know. I know that. So this is being pushed by some type of engine here. It is, and it's meant for us all to see it because that's why it has a buzzword in it. Like I understand these things. So I'm not sure what angle they're trying to come at here. I guess they're trying to say that there's probably a lot of men commenting that she should not have gotten help from the men that were around because she made this kind of video. And it's like, Okay. I need to think about this for a little bit longer, because this is definitely being pushed for a reason. The whole scenario happened. I know people are saying it was a hoax. It's kind of what it's looking like. But I can't get what their angle was. Yeah, I'm not sure what the angle is, because are they trying to say that if you have this frame of thought that you won't be protected? But were you protected at first? I don't know. It's a real interesting thought process behind it. See, now I want to do a little bit of research here. I'm still going to see if I can find a book on it. I feel like my frame of mind it gets very a little all over the place, right? Because I can see that like certain things have to move in certain ways for us to go in a certain way. And then I can see that there's a certain direction that would be more beneficial to go in. And then I can see that they definitely push certain stuff on social media because they want you to believe a certain thing. Like as soon as I saw the video where the girl was saying that she got hit in the face by a brick, I was like, there is something to this, because she looked like an actress I might have seen before. Or something just came off very acty about her. I didn't believe it from the jump, but I'm like, I'm also not gonna sit here and act like I haven't seen women get beat before, so I know that this could be a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Just because she might be lying, I'm like, I've witnessed women get beat, so I know that this is like a real phenomenon. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to think about it some more, but it's gonna come to me like an epiphany on what direction this is supposed to be moving us in. It's very interesting, because sometimes I get so annoyed with having to figure out what direction they're moving us in, and I'm like, I wish they could just get on the news like, look, we need y'all all to be single. Look, just dump whoever you're with. We need you single. But it's like so many things play a part for things down the line. It just really makes you wonder, like, God, I know that this is like, is this something they're following? Is this nobody's coming up with this off the top of their head, because this moves stuff in a certain direction for years and years and decades down the line. So I'm just like, this is clearly coming out of like a script or something, but it's just like, sometimes I wish they'd just be blunt about it. But I'm like, I guess if you need us to ingrain it in our heads, you have to do more than just say it. You have to give us reason to believe it's true. And you have to make us slowly start to do it anyway. And that's why I'm like, there's so many things that will push you as a woman towards decentering men. And I'm just like, it's wild. Because then you have inflation. You have all this truth out there about men. So now if you talk to a man and you're with a man, knowing everything that's being put out online right now, you're really with him because you like him. I remember looking at EJ and FJ page. The one lady that would do like reactions on stuff, her and her husband. And I was like, she's with him. She's with him because she likes him. She loves him and she wants to be there. These days, that is what you need. You need that these days, because women are out here, they're making money, so they're not really being with you for the money unless they just really ain't got it. And then men can be a lot to put up with even for the money. So I don't know, because that's what happened with my ex. At a certain point, I was like, I could just go make this amount of money and just leave him alone and just live a better life. If I just left him alone and made my money, I could just have a better life. So it's interesting to see, because they bring up the prices on stuff to the point where now people need these 2-income households. But women are saying if it got to be a 2-income household, then they'll just work 2 jobs and still be single. Honestly, it's less stress. It's more peaceful. It's easier to live that way. Now, of course, you got your women who are like, it's absolutely not true. It's not easier to live that way. I mean, it kind of is to me, so it is what it is. But I don't know, guys. It's a lot to unpack. I'm going to keep writing down things that I find online so we can come back and talk about this and hopefully understand it more. Because I don't know, I definitely just, it's worth unpacking so we can actually, hopefully, by the end of the next video, we get to what this is actually about. And I can tell y'all where I think this is supposed to be going and just what it's all about. If y'all learn anything on the topic, let me know. I think there's a way to go live with other people on here, so let me know if you want to join in with me. We can bounce ideas off of each other, because that would be awesome. But, whew, y'all, let me know. We're going to hop back in to talk about this, because I'm super curious. Super curious. But bye, guys. I'll talk to you next time.